Round of applause right there. Our Alabama Coushatta women's traditional dress. Again, that's a beautiful sight to see. And again, we want to say thank you for showcasing that beautiful style with all of our visitors here this weekend. As we call the next category, senior adult women's ages 35 to 54, stand by Iron Bow. Again, we've had individuals come up asking about Lorraine Guerrero's father figure, daughter-father figure. Again, he came up and he said that the young lady will have to dance Fancy Feather, and she'll dance alongside her father figure. It could be her own father, it can be her uncle, grandpa. It doesn't even have to be blood, but again, somebody they see as that father figure. But she does have to dance Fancy Feather alongside, her father figure, also dancing Fancy Feather. I know I messed that all up. But again, both have to dance Fancy Feather. So again, that's coming from Lorraine Guerrero. Again, for all of our adult categories, it'll be Singer's Choice as we are coming down to our host Southern Drum for this category. I believe we have all of our judges. So Iron Bow, if you would, please contest song, Senior Adult Women's Southern Claw. Round of applause right there for our senior adult women, Southern Cloth. Young ladies, come on up here as we invite the next category, senior adult women's Southern Buckskin. Singing for you will be Otter Trail. Otter Trail be standing by. Also, a shout out to our elder division as well as golden age division. No ties. No ties. You're free to get undressed. If you'd like, you can head to the casino and come back. Also, we do have 2 straight dance specials a little bit later in the program. We also will have our headman dancer, AJ Leading Fox 1 Southern Straight Special, Miss Tohani Williams, Women's Southern Classic. Also, Dance for the People, Augie Bean Memorial, a grass dance special, and then the Lorraine Guerrero Female Male Father Figure Fancy Special. And then our last special will be a men's straight special, also honoring Mr. Herb Johnson Jr. So again, a reminder to all of our spectators and good folks here, this is a no smoking facility. If you need to smoke, go out the main gate. Also, no pets allowed. If you could abide by those rules, we'd greatly appreciate it. All right, we've got Buckskin on the floor. We got judges. We got dancers. We just need the song. Otter Trail, if you would, please, contest is on. Very beautiful song for some beautiful dancing. Also, that song belongs to a beautiful young lady. Again, we want to recognize Plum Pie Roberts over there on our personal song. Again, I want to say thank you to Otter Trail. All righty, as we are calling our next category, Senior Adult Women's Northern Buckskin and Cloth. Senior Adult Women's Northern Buckskin and Cloth. Make your way onto the dance floor. Singing for you will be the boys, so stand by. Following Northern Buckskin and Cloth, we'll be calling upon Senior Adult Women's Jingle. Singing for you will be Iron Star when we get to Senior Adult Women's Fancy Shaw, Ho Chung Station. Following our Senior Adult Women's Fancy, we'll be going right into our Adult Men's Woodland Junior and Senior combined. Again, we'll be going to come right back to Ho Chung Station for that very appropriate song. Again, singers, these songs that you can render this evening time can be singer's choice. They can be a change-up song. They can be a straight song. Again, singer's choice. The balloting is done. One more time, round of applause for our women's Southern Buckskin. Again, we will let you know if there are any more ties that we come across. All right, we got the high sign. With that, we come over to the good sounds of the boys contest. Round of applause right there. Senior Adult Women's Northern Traditional and Cloth. Thank you, the boys. As we call to the dance floor, our next category, Senior Adult Women's Jingle, 35 to 54. Stand by Iron Star. Again, we get to our Senior Adult Women's Fancy Shawl. We'll come back to the top of the order, Ho Chung Station. But right after that, we'll go right into our Adult Men's Woodland. Again, a special invite to all of our woodland dancers as they've added a new category, but it is junior and senior combined. We're going to come back to Ho Chung Station for that very appropriate song, as again, these guys come from the heart of woodland country. All right, so we're going to allow Rebecca to take your time as she was just judging. So no hurry, no hurry. We'll take as much time as we need to be fair. Yep, it is singer's choice. Again, reminder to all of our drums, if you have that special sidestep in the songbook ready, locked and loaded, you can render that, or again, that special round dance tune, that trot dance tune, whatever, but again, category appropriate. All right, we're ready to go. Iron Star, if you would, please help these jingle dress dancers out. Contest! Round of applause right there for our senior adult women's jingle. All right, young ladies, come on up as we call our final senior adult women's category fancy shawl, singing for you, Ho Chung Station. Stand by, adult men's woodland, junior and senior adults. Again, Ho Chung Station will be coming back to you for that, a very appropriate song. Again, official powwow time, 8:50. It's only 8:50. Again, it's cooling off, again, being a very beautiful night here in Livingston, Texas. And again, if there are any ties, I will let you know as they come about. I will let you know when we're going to break those ties, as we want a good, fair opportunity for all of our contestants. Well, over 300 contestants that made their way here this weekend. I want to say thank you to all of those and even all of our drums for making this your destination for 2025 this weekend. All right, the balloting is done. Round of applause for all of our senior adult women's jingle as we have our adult women's fancy shawl on the dance floor. We've got dancers and we've got judges. We just need the song. So, Ho Chung Station, if you would, contest is on. applause for these 4 champion dancers right here. Man, I tell you what, I hate to be a judge here this weekend. When we get into our adult men, senior adult men will be going in this order. Again, starting off with our adult woodland, junior and senior combined. Make your way into the arena as we come to Ho Chung Station. Senior adult men's Southern Straight, Whitetail Boys. Senior adult men's Northern Traditional, Hale Creek. Senior adult men's Grass, Sharpshooter. When we get to senior adult men's Chicken, Black Lodge, we're going to skip over you and go to the boys. When we get to senior adult men's Fancy, last night we had 2 groups. We're going to come back to Black Lodge for that category. Again, we want to have a good fair and opportunity for all of our dancers to get different types of songs. So that is the lineup right there. Becky Roberts, if you could please come back up. Check in with Pat Pacheco.
Adult men's Woodlands, junior and senior combined. You should be in the arena.
Again, really quick here, we want to say thank you to the Pow Wow Committee for extending this invitation to this new category that has, again, taken the Pow Wow, trail by storm. You know, this style of dance, it comes to us from our Great Lakes region of all of our Great Lake tribes. Again, these tribes, have been placed in, different areas. But again, they tell a story through the movements of their song and dance. And as you watch these individuals, they tell movements of battle. They tell movements of living on everyday life. Again, all these tribes come from Great Lake tribes, Great Lake region. They have their own story. They have their own traditional dress. They have their own designs, and they have meaning. They have stories. So with that, we're going to come over to the good sounds of Ho Chung Station.
Round of applause, men's Woodlands, junior and senior combined. One of the new categories that the Pow Wow Association have added this year. Senior adult men straight, stand by. Whitetail Boys, you will have this song. Singer's choice. And after men's straight, we go straight to men's Northern Traditional. Hale Creek, you will have that song.
It's awesome to see, this style of dance, the men's woodland. Again, a lot of tribes, again, they have their own stories. They have their own origin stories behind this dance. And even here, again, amongst our Alabama Coushatta people, they could have this style of dance and dress within their own right. Round of applause for these gentlemen right here.
Whitetail Boys contest song. Awesome song, awesome singing. Whitetail Boys. Even caught me off guard. Round of applause for our men's straight dancers, ages 35 to 54. Senior adult men's Northern Traditional, you should be in the arena. Hale Creek, stand by for that contest song.
Again, real briefly, I want to acknowledge there was one dancer that took it upon himself to disqualify himself this weekend. And again, that's a true sportsmanship sign of a champion dancer. So I want to recognize that gentleman again. That, you know, we look at it, we kind of consider this kind of like rodeo. You get bucked off, you don't make it to the pay window. There's always next weekend. So, ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for that gentleman that walked off again? He stopped early, but he said, you know what? I want to have all my competitors, my brothers, to have a fair chance. I'm going to disqualify myself from this go-round. So, again, I tip my hat to that gentleman. Also, real briefly, our head dancers, our head man, our head lady, our arena director, our head judge, as well as my family. They would like to invite all of you back to be to the white tent back there. They're feeding back there. So we invite Tahani Williams and family, Michael Plumley and family, AJ Leading Fox and family. Head on back to the white tent. They are feeding our head staff.
Hale Creek contest song. Round of applause for Midland's Northern Traditional. Men's grass coming to the arena. Senior adult men's grass, ages 35 to 54. Sharpshooter, you will have this song. Singer's choice.
Davey, really quick. On behalf of our head judge as well as our arena director and our tabulations, senior adult women, there are no ties. But again, if you're looking to get into the Tahani Williams Southern Classic Special, that will be coming up a little bit later this evening. But again, senior adult women, no ties.
Men's chicken, ages 35-54. Stand by. The boys, you will have that contest song. Men's grass, ages 35 to 54. You should be in the arena. Sharpshooter contest song. A round of applause for senior adult men's grass. Senior adult men's chicken, step into the arena. The boys, you will have this song. Again, singer's choice. Senior adult men's fancy, stand by. Black Lodge, you will have that song.
Again, when we get to senior adult men's fancy, last night we did have 2 groups. So tonight we'll probably also have 2 groups if we need that second group. Black Logs, we're going to come back to you for both songs. Man, I tell you what, we've got 3 of the bestest grass dance judges up here, all past champions in the grass dance style. We've got Tom Watson, we've got J.R. Ross, and John Arkakita. All 3 past champions. I've seen it.
The boys. about a round of applause? Senior adults men's chicken. Senior adult men's fancy. Ages 35 to 54. Step into the arena. All right, for all of you dancers that are here within my voice, if you hadn't had a chance to get a meal yet, they're asking you to go by the hospitality tent. All you dancers, if you just go get you a free meal over there to the west side of the arena at the hospitality tent.
All right, men's fancy, come well into the arena so we can get you numbered off if we need to. All right, so that side over there, that'll be what, group 2? All right, so group 1, make your way and get a good piece of real estate again as we have a little small arena, but again, it'll make do.
Black Lodge, contest song, please. Group number 1. A round of applause for group number 1. Group number 2, step into the arena. Black Lodge, we're going to come back to you.
Again, also dancers, just a reminder, if you have not got your plate for the feed here, the Pow Wow Committee, they're inviting all of our dancers, again, back to the hospitality, the white tent over there in the far corner. Go get you a plate. And again, I want to say thank you for taking care of all of our singers first. All of our singers. Again, we want to say thank you for making your way over here and bringing your drums here this weekend.
Black Lodge, contest song, Singer's Choice.
Junior Adult Women's Class, stand by.
Round of applause for group number 2.
All right, junior adult judges, please be making your way up here. Ronald Manasseh Sr., Gozy White, Kenneth Kozad, Tony Mule, Nico Ross, and Danielle Dakota. Please be coming and checking in with Pat Pacheco, Ronald Manasseh Sr., Gozy White, Kenneth Kozad, Tony Mule, Nico Ross, and Danny Dakota. Please check in.
Junior adult women's cloth, ages 18 to 34, step into the arena. Wild Man of Comanches, you will have this song. Again, this is singer's choice. Junior adult women's buckskin, stand by. Pawnee Yellow Horse, you will have that contest song.
Again, the drum lineup for junior adult women's cloth, Wild Band of Comanches. Junior adult women's buckskin, Pawnee Yellow Horse. Junior adult women's northern buckskin, Iron Star. Junior adult women's jingle, Ho Chunk Station. Junior adult women's fancy shawl, Hale Creek. So that's the lineup right there for all of our women's categories. Again, Ronald Manasseh, Gozy White, Kenneth Kozad, Tony Mule, Nico Ross, and Danielle Dakota. I believe we might have all of our judges, but again, please to come a-running. We can go right into our contest lineup.
Wild Man of Comanches, contest song.